will be afforded 2 minutes to make an opening statement, and at the end of the 3 opening statements, we proceed with a couple of prepared questions. Our timekeeper will advise you when the 2 minutes have expired. There will be 2 minutes then for each question. Mr. Corbin?
How you doing? My name is Dennis Corbin. I run for LaSalle County Recorder of Deeds. I'm married to my lovely wife Paula. We have 10 children and 17 grandchildren. I'm an honorary discharged United States Marine Corps veteran, and I currently work for Waste Management Services. My experience for this position is that I have 14 years in the administration and finance field, 7 of which I was a manager, and depending on the economic needs, I managed between 6 and 12 employees. I've also worked for the law firm of Gary Johnson Associates in Bloomington, Illinois. And during that 14 years, I was responsible and I filed thousands of documents. Now, there's a reason why Donald Trump and Ted Cruz are leading in the polls. And it's because the establishment, Republicans and Democrats, have a continued mindset of increased spending and taxation. I and a few others on the GOP ballot are a clear choice to eliminate the status quo and start reining in big government. So our plan is to try and save the taxpayers of LaSalle County between $870,000 and $1 million over the next 10 years by combining the recorder and county clerk's duties. Our county has a $10 million projected budget deficit, $10 million in the hole this year. And our elected officials need to start making tough decisions about cutting costs instead of increasing them. I've stated other counties have combined their offices, so here are some fun facts. Tazewell County has over 24,000 more people than us, and let me finish this one, and have combined clerk and recorder staff of 11. We have 22 in the combined recorder and clerk staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Corbin. Mrs. Miller, you have 2 minutes.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and for the Tea Party for offering this forum tonight. My name is Karen Priestad Miller. I've lived in LaSalle County most of my life. I am running for Recorder of Deeds on the Republican ballot. I am married to Mike Miller. He is a sales representative at Bill Walsh Toyota in Ottawa. We live in Wallace Township. I have 3 children, married and living in LaSalle County, and I have one stepson living in Batavia, Illinois. I have 20 years experience working and managing an office. I have 26 years experience in the real estate market. Since 1995, I have worked for Buckner O'Toole Title Company, and since 2000, I have been the office manager there. Along with administrative duties involved with running the office, I use the services of the recorder's office on a daily basis. I know how important it is to having land documents filed on a timely and efficient basis. The Recorder of Deeds is an integral part of property ownership. It is the responsibility of the Recorder of Deeds to protect the freedom and rights of individuals by preserving and maintaining accurate indexes and maintenance of land records. I know the importance of recording documents on a timely basis. The Recorder is an elected official who is commissioned by the governor. I believe the Recorder is there to work for the people, and I believe the people should have a say in who that Recorder is.
Thank you. Mrs. Kuhn-Feltman, you have 2 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Mary Beth Kuhn-Feltman, and I am proud to be running for LaSalle County Recorder. I want to thank the Tea Party for hosting this event and the moderators for their time. I'm a lifelong resident of LaSalle County, born and raised east of Gray Ridge. I am the daughter of Clarence and Norma Kuhn. I'm married to David Feltman, and we have 2 daughters, Kennedy and Caroline. I attended Grand Ridge Grade School, Marquette High School, and IBCC. I've been a CCD teacher and a volunteer at Grand Ridge Grade School. My work experience includes currently working in the recorder's office. I started part-time in 2003. I was the entry clerk for the Fox River Resort timeshare documents. In 2010, I started full-time as a deputy recorder. I not only execute the day-to-day procedures in the office, but I also prepare the recorder's monthly and yearly reports. I have also attended many IACCR conferences and meetings for training and information to keep the recorder's office running efficiently. My prior experience was in the LaSalle County Supervisor Assessment's office. I worked in the assessment office from 1988 to 1999. I was the GIS mapping coordinator. Being in the assessment office for 11 years and being the mapping coordinator has given me great experience and knowledge of the recorder's office. I learned to read deeds and legal descriptions, and that has helped guide me in the recorder's office by helping the public and entering proper information in the recorder's system. If elected, I will be a hands-on recorder and work side by side with my current staff. We will work together to maintain the high-quality services the residents of LaSalle County have come to expect, and it would be an honor and privilege to serve the citizens of LaSalle County as your county recorder. Thank you.
For the questions, what we'll do now is we'll stagger who answers each one first. So for the first question, Karen Freestead Miller will go first. For the second question, Mary Beth Kuhn-Feltman will go first. And then for any wrap-up, we'll go back to the left side, our left side of the table, and have Dennis Corbin go first. So the first question then, and Karen Freestead Miller, please be the first one to answer this one, is where do you stand on eliminating or consolidating the recorder's office and what benefit there would be to taxpayers and other LaSalle County officials?
I support the LaSalle County Board and excuse me, I'm trying to find my notes here. I do better with my notes. No, thank you. Yours are totally different than mine. I believe merging the recorders with the clerks is taking away the people's right to choose who is responsible and accountable for maintaining and preserving the land records that the recorder's office takes care of. There is a lot more involved in the decision to merge the office than just merging because other counties have or just because of tax dollars. I believe the county board must balance between the costs and quality of the work. The recorder's office has its own duties and responsibilities. I believe each county is unique. LaSalle County is growing. I'm interested in structural changes which will provide lasting benefits for the taxpayers for years to come. I support the county board's ability to consider changes to the structure of our county government, and I support the voters' ability to determine the government which will best suit their needs. But I believe it is the county board's decision to look into and weigh all of the offices, to not just go and say other counties have done it, so it's good for our county.
All right, Mary Beth Kuhn-Feltman, on the question of consolidating or eliminating the recorder's office.
Okay, I work in the office. I know firsthand how important a recorder and the recorder's office is. First of all, the state statute reads, if the counties have a population of over 60,000 or more inhabitants, there shall be elected recorder. The state statute was put into place for a reason. The LaSalle County population is over 111,000. The recorder is very important. They incorporate new policies or laws to protect the people of LaSalle County. The recorder has a mandate to fulfill, to maintain, and secure a copy of every document forever. We have many documents in that office. We go back to 1830s is how far we go back to. And the technology is changing all the time. So we do need a hands-on recorder to take care of all that. Many citizens may not need to step foot in the recorder's office because those steps are taken care of for them by their attorneys, mortgage companies, title companies, and so they may not know what the recorder's office does. The recorder's office records, maintains, and preserves all real estate records. Real estate records such as the deed to your property, mortgages, release of mortgages, liens, and so much more. Cutting the recorder's office may have a destructive effect. The services could suffer, and all of the real estate transactions may slow. The recorder's office is one of the most important offices in the courthouse. It is the cornerstone of our county's economic flow. Entire industries, mortgage industries, real estate industries, title industries, they depend on the accuracy of the records in the recorder's office. Also, the recorder's office brought in a revenue last year of over $2 million. We don't want to jeopardize that revenue for the county. Saving the county money may or may not happen with the idea of a consolidation. It is all speculation. We have to take into consideration if the county clerk will get a may I finish? Just a little bit longer. If the county clerk will get a raise with taking on another office with 6 to 7 employees, will the county clerk need to hire a county clerk deputy recorder to oversee the recorder's office because we are on 2 different floors. The recorder of deeds is doing the job professionally and efficiently. Without proof that it will save money on my tax bill, I oppose consolidation, and it may cost more money than it saves.
All right. And Dennis Corbin, you have 2 minutes.
The ice cream guy was here for a minute.
A lot of information.
Yes, it is. Folks, the recorder's office is a very important office. There's no doubt in that. I do not dispute that. I don't think anyone here would dispute it. But I disagree with saying it would be destructive. There's much larger counties that have combined the offices. McLean County, I just read you Tazewell County. Tazewell County, I already did that one. McLean County has 62,000 more people than LaSalle County. Their staff, combined clerk and recorder, is 12. We have 22, clerk and recorder. Kendall County has 7,000 more people than LaSalle County, and their total staff, clerk and recorder, is 9. We have 22. 22. What we're planning to do is to help lower the deficit, this $10 million deficit that we're in. By combining the offices, it'll save between $870,000 and $1 million over the next 10 years. And I know that's a drop in the bucket, but we've got to start somewhere. If we don't start cutting this government, they're going to cut us. They keep going after the working man for their tax dollars, the well's getting empty. It's running dry. So, I appreciate their concern about the elected office being, I think Karen said, the merger will take away the rights of the voters. Well, if we put this on the ballot, if the county board allows us to go on the ballot, let's let the voters decide. They're smart enough. This country is founded on very smart people, not just a few. So let's give the voters the right to look at this and vote on it and go from there. Look, my opponents both want a career. I'm trying to eliminate the office. I don't want the career. I want the county to save me. I think everyone else should agree with that. Maybe you don't, that's fine, that's your opinion. I think it's the right thing to do. Thank you.
The next question is for Mrs. Feltman. LaSalle County is, after McLean County, the second largest in the state in terms of physical size. How do you propose to increase the availability of public records through the website so that rural and elderly and infirm taxpayers could have full access to the records of the office?
Well, I would hope that they would come in if the elderly cannot get online and do what they need to do. I would hope that they could come in and we would help them with that.
Are the records currently online, all of them?
No, our records are in the 1980s
Well,
forward
I
right
believe the
now.
question was, what would you do to ensure that it does start becoming available online for the people who cannot?
Well, right now, when there is downtime in the office, if we have processed the documents, audited the documents, and the next thing we would do is what we call back indexing. Back indexing is what we do. We went from 1982 to 1980 in 2 years. So when there is any downtime, the current staff does the back indexing. So, and we are getting, eventually those records, well, they are online. They will be online. Each one we put out there every day, we could do up to 300 a week, and those will be online.
Are they currently online?
Yes.
The same question to Mrs. Miller.
I would promote learning bringing in new technology and stuff to make sure that it would be available to all citizens. And if technology doesn't warrant or time to get them, then we need to have people available to, like Mary Beth says, to be available to help these people learn this information.
Thank you. Mr. Corbett, you're the only candidate I've ever seen that wants to run for an office he wants to eliminate. So I think it's a very interesting fact of your proposal. How do you answer the question about getting better access online?
Obviously, technology is very good nowadays. New software techniques. Tom Lyons spoke at the last committee meeting stating that LaSalle County's computer software, we have a 1-day turnaround. Now, most of the land acquisitions, you usually go through an attorney, and they, in turn, do a title search through companies like Miss Miller's. So the elderly go in there, and I don't see that big overflow of elderly going to the recorder's office to get their deeds. It's usually done through the mortgage company and the attorneys. But I agree with the ladies, technology needs to be an important thing in our county, and that would, the better the technology, the less staff you need. The less staff you have, the lower the taxes. It's a good thing, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll go ahead and allow you to finish up here and make a presentation about yourselves, a closing argument, so to speak. Go ahead. So, Mr. Corbin, you're deferring to the others?
Yeah, I'll go last.
Okay. Then I guess we'll work down the line. Mrs. Miller.
Well, I believe I have the qualifications to be your recorder of deeds. My 26 years of experience and knowledge in the real estate business, my 20 years of experience and knowledge in administrative duties. I'm an honest and moral person. I take great pride in my work, and that is evidenced in my personal life and also in my job. As a recorder, I know I would be dedicated and committed, and I know what it takes to run an office. I have the commitment and the dedication that it would require. I would bring a strong work ethic to the office, dependability and responsibility, and positive attitudes. I would bring honesty and integrity to the office. I would be dedicated and devoted to preserving and maintaining, protecting the rights of individuals as something as important as the land records. I believe that I have all the qualifications that would need to run the recorder's office. If I am elected your recorder of deeds, I would review and analyze the office expenditures and personnel to see how best to perform the duties of the office while ensuring a high quality of service. I would strive to save the tax dollars by finding efficiencies in the office. I would provide responsive, efficient, and cost-effective service to customers and the county. I would maintain compliance with the statutory requirements. I would strive to learn and develop new options for the operation of the office, with special attention to have optimum balance between the cost and the quality.
Mrs. Kuhn-Feltman.
Every day I go to work at the recorder's office, and I enjoy it very much. I love my job, not too many people can say that. When the current recorder, Tom Lyons, decided to retire, I knew I wanted someone to step into that position that had the experience. I know I have that experience. So with the current recorder's endorsement, I decided to take on the challenge. Thank you.
And Mr. Corbin.
Well, as I said before, it's we got $10 million deficit. Merging this office is not going to lower our property taxes, and I know the county, Mr. Hicks has brought a committee forth to take a look at the merger. I was at the last committee meeting, and there was some discussion on getting the state's attorney to contact the Attorney General regarding the statute that Ms. Feltman had quoted about the any county with a population over 60,000 must or shall have a recorder in that county. That meeting was January 29th. Joe Savage, county board member, brought up that point about having Brian Town contact the AG. As of Friday, Brian Town's office has not been contacted to move this forward. So I do not really believe the county has, this committee is serious about looking at this merger. I mean, that's been over 3 weeks. And in that committee, Ms. Corretto, who's the county clerk, in one of her statements, she repeated this, she said this back in the November Times article, stated that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Folks, we're $10 million in the hole. If that's not broke, you know, I'm Donald Trump. That's all I have. I look forward to your vote on March 15th. I want to thank the panel, Art Havenhill, Tea Party folks, and my wife and daughters who came tonight. Love yous. God bless.